All right, let's build a set together. I have opened a template that I've created. You'll notice I use a lot of templates because they save so much time. So you can access any of these template files in the Dropbox. Use them. I have it set up to when I open Ableton, this is what comes up. The way I did that is I opened my template, or I created my template. I went to the live settings under File, and it's called... they changed it in 11. It used to be called Save Default Set. But there's a way to make it so that whenever you open this, it'll always open to that file. They changed it. I don't remember what it's called now, but it doesn't matter. The headline is open a template like this. And this template already has all of my major tracks, my MIDI click, time code, tempo, markers, cues in place. It's got an original track section, control channel with a host moment loop already set up. So I don't have to create that. It's just already there, which is super nice. I've got the countdown that we use for Sunday mornings already there, so I don't have to set it up. And I can just begin importing songs. I also have this 6/8 section set in case I need to change the tempo to 6/8, and I have a 6/8 click and a 4/4 click here as well. So I kind of have everything that I need. I've got time code already up there, ready to be imported. So let's import some songs. I'm going to download some stuff from Dropbox. Let's start by saying, we'll follow this, and then I'm going to add a 6/8 song as well. So let me go ahead and make sure that under my global song library, let's see what's in 6/8. Gratitude's in 6/8. So let's find Gratitude and make sure it's downloaded. Make sure I have all the files, so make this file available offline. And that's going to begin downloading the Gratitude files. And by the time I'm done here, it'll get that done. So let's start with Be Glad. I'm going to label all of my markers with the song title. So I'm going to click on 1, hit rename, and say Be Glad. Then I'm going to go to 2, rename. What's the second song? On Earth as in Heaven, on Earth as in Heaven. Hit Tab to go to the next marker. This is going to be Let the People Sing. Let the People Sing. And then Tab, Gratitude. All right, so I labeled my markers. Now it's just time to start dropping in songs. So let's start with Be Glad. Be Glade. Open up global song library, and we're going to drag in the edited version 11 file. That's the file that I made. So we're just going to drag that whole ALS in, and it imports the song. Now, I've already got a time code track in there. I'm just going to delete that. Don't need it. It comes in with my tempo track, my markers, and my cues. Sometimes it'll come in with a MIDI track depending on how new it is. Sometimes it won't. That's okay that it doesn't have one. I'm going to click on my pink track. I'm going to hold Shift and click over here to select all 3 of these tracks, all the information that I need of these tracks. Then I'm going to hit Command X to cut them. I'm going to go up to my tempo track here. I'm going to hit 1 to set my playhead to the marker where I want to paste it. And I'm just going to paste it. There we go. Now I'm going to do the same thing with my tracks. I'm going to take these, select them all, cut them, hit 1, and paste them. And now it'll paste them right on top of that marker where I want them. So now, as the countdown video is ending, Be Glad is introing, and we're all happy. Look at that. Not bad. Now, if I want to, I can slide this marker over to make it come in a little sooner. So let's do that. So I say I want it in 2 measures earlier. Well, I'm going to take Be Glad. I'm going to drag it to 49. I'm going to select from my time code track, because that's where it starts, right? All the way down to here. Let's move this over because I don't want to copy that. So time code track all the way here. So selecting this whole region. And then all I got to do is cut the region, hit 1 to go to that marker, and paste it. And I just moved all of that. Same thing for the tracks. Select drums, select all the tracks, cut them, hit 1, paste them. Now I just moved that entire song over. That easy. That was probably a little early, so we'll undo that, but that's okay. That's how I can move the songs very quickly. It doesn't take a lot to really move them. So Be Glad's in place. Now I need a click track for it. So all I'm going to do is copy this 4/4 region. Command C. I'm going to hit 1 to move my playhead to marker 1. Paste, and there you go. Run this out all the way. And then we'll worry about On Earth as in Heaven. So now I'm going to look at the end of... There we go, expand that out. I'm going to look at the end of Be Glad and say, okay, where do I want On Earth as in Heaven to begin counting? Probably somewhere about here. I'm going to say On Earth as in Heaven. Now, I kind of want it to start counting in between these two measures. Because starting, I feel like this is too early and I feel like this is too late. I kind of want it to start counting right here. But that's in the middle of a measure. So I need to do a reset. I need to start the measure again right here. And the way that I'm going to do that, I need that grid to start a new measure right here, is I'm going to come to this marker, go right above it to where my mouse becomes a speaker, right click and hit Insert Time Signature Change. Notice when I do that, this becomes a 2-beat measure, and it starts a new measure right on top of that marker. That way I can get it to start a little earlier, which is really nice. And then we set the tempo at 8/8. I do 8/8, so there's subdivisions. It's basically just 4/4 with subdivisions. I'm going to take my time code track, cut it, go to 2, paste it, and then let's drag in On Earth as in Heaven. Oh, you'll notice I still have these tracks that imported with the first song. I can just delete those. They're no good anymore. So let's import On Earth as in Heaven. On Earth as in Heaven. All right. In B flat. No. I need the edited V11. Edited V11. That's for Ableton version 11. Okay. That's going to import with that stuff. Select the... I'm just going to click the tempo track, hold Shift, and click down here to get all of this stuff. Cut it with Command X. Come up here to the tempo track. Click in there, in that region. Hit 2 to move that region to marker 2. Paste it. There you go. It's in place. Let's bring out Let the People Sing to over here. All right. And then do the same with the tracks. Select the drums, hold Shift, all that. Cut it, 2, paste it. Boom. It's in place. And now you'll notice that these are shorter than this. Sometimes it'll do that. Don't freak out. All we got to do is select these and then pull them out. And now we get the whole song. Same thing with the time code. And then we need to copy a click track to it. So go to this click track, Command C, 2, paste. That's all I got to do. All right, make sure these are extended out. And then delete the old tempo and marker cues tracks that I imported because I don't need those anymore. Collapse the group. And then get a start for our next song. Right there, 318 is good. So I'm going to set the marker at 318 and repeat the same process. Cut the time code track. Now, you might be asking why I'm cutting and pasting rather than just dragging this over. And it's because when you drag, sometimes it'll fall like right there instead of at the start of the measure. By cutting and pasting, so if I cut, hit 3, and paste, I know that that track is going to be on that marker every single time. It's much more accurate than trying to drag things left and right. And so it's faster and it's more accurate. So cutting and pasting to the marker is the way to go. So let's go ahead and go to our browser, search for Let the People Sing. Drag her in. This one has a click track to it, thank God. Okay, so click the click track, select all these, cut them, come up here, 3, paste, go to drums, select them all, cut them, 3, paste, make sure they're dragged out, and there we go, Let the People Sing is in. Okay, beautiful. And we can check on that transition. Beautiful. All right. So that's those three in. Now we've got gratitude. Gratitude is in 6/8. Okay, all of these were in 4/4. Gratitude is 6/8. So it's really important. I'm going to start by finding my marker to transition. Same deal. I'm going to give that a little space. So we'll start it at 4/08. But I need to change this grid from a 4/4 grid to a 6/8 grid. Really important to do, okay? So I'm going to take this. I'm going to go up to here. The same thing we did before. Right-click. Insert a time signature change right there. And instead of 8/8, I'm going to say 6/8. So 6/8. That changes the grid over to a 6/8 grid instead of a 4/4 grid. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beats rather than the 8 in my doubled 4/4. So yeah, we have to change the grid because it's going to change the way the cues count, the click track works, all that. So now I'm going to take my 6/8 click that I had over here, and I'm going to cut that and paste it to 4, where gratitude is. Take my time code, cut it, paste it to 4, and there you go. Now let's import the song itself. So open my browser, we'll search for gratitude. Gratitude edited V11. Okay. This has some leftovers. This edited track was never completed the way that I wanted it to be, so it has no marker track. My library is not completely updated. That's okay. So we're just going to delete these audio tracks because we don't need them. We're going to take my pink tempo track, go to 4, and then we're going to do the cues, select all of that, cut them, go to the cues track, select 4, and the marker track will just be left blank, which is fine. You'll notice I have a cut section here at the end. So I need to make sure I get all of these tracks. So select this, go down to this bottom corner, select all of them, cut them, and then paste them to 4. And it gets weird with gratitude because the song is very cut up. Actually, alternatively, a lot of times if I see multiple tracks here that are cut together, because maybe I've got some sections that needed to change, what I'll do is I'll actually highlight all of these. I'll right-click and I'll hit Consolidate. What that does is it merges all of these tracks together the way that they're cut to make one audio region, and that way your timing stays the same and it just makes it a lot easier. So I'm going to consolidate those into one audio track, let it do its thing, 90%. Now when I cut and paste, it's going to take it all together. It doesn't separate those anymore. You see that? Really important to do. Okay, now just need to drag my 6/8 click all the way out and my time code all the way out. Hallelujah. Oh, that's over a 10-minute song. Interesting. All right, so now I can get rid of this time signature change because I don't need it. Now I just need to drag my host moment out to past where the tracks end. And then drag my click out to my whole loop section, which is a measure past the red note. So we can move the red note here. That needs to go measure past, and my pink track needs to go measure past, because that's how that works. It goes the whole measure and then loops back. And then we can delete these 2 tracks, and gratitude is in. So my whole set's built. This is the whole Sunday set, the way that it would look. And that's how I do that. This video has gone on a bit. I'm going to talk about reference tracks in the next video. So we're going to, now that the Sunday set's built and we can use it in this fret, now I just got to route it like I told you before, and then we can do the ref tracks. Again, remember to route it. I got to go to tab. I've got to expand gratitude, change all of these to sends only, and then start sending them out to the subgroups they need to be in. So all the guitars go to C, the pianos go to D, keys go to E, F goes to strings, strings go to F, vocals go to G. So I do that with every song, make sure that they're all routed properly, just like I showed you in video 2. So routing is incredibly important. It's part of the set. But since the skeleton of the set is built, we're going to talk about ref tracks in the next video. How we build them, how we get the original tracks imported, and then how we export them to a ref track format. So we'll see you there.